Yo, what's up guys, this is Atrix here. Today I'll be talking about Ryujinx Emulator, which according to my assumptions may be releasing for Android devices in the near future. I'll be talking about the problems related to porting Ryujinx to Android, its possible minimum requirements, will it be better than Yuzu Android, and when it might get released. I have been making videos on emulators since 2019 and let's just say that all my predictions on upcoming emulators have come true. But I would have to give you guys a quick disclaimer that all the information in today's video will be my thoughts, and currently there is no Ryujinx Emulator available for Android devices as of making this video. Let's start off by talking about the Ryujinx project itself. It's an open source emulator which was released in 2018 and it's written in C# based on .NET framework. Meanwhile, emulators like Yuzu are written in C++. Now due to this, Ryujinx getting ported for Android seems to be a bit problematic but not completely impossible. What we can understand is that Yuzu was released a bit earlier than Ryujinx and it was developed from Team Citra, who also had been working at that time on releasing Citra for Android devices. So they did have prior knowledge about porting emulators to Android and hence they were able to release Yuzu for Android earlier this month. Whereas Ryujinx is a completely unique project. But nonetheless, Ryujinx also does have ARM64 support. The developers have managed to previously port the emulator for macOS, which is considered to be super hard. Developers are indeed capable. Now let's talk about Ryujinx team's contribution on already existing Nintendo Switch emulators for Android. For example, Skyline. Although Skyline is not based on Ryujinx, the developer of that emulator have helped them quite a lot in past for the working of Nintendo Switch emulation on Android. The developers seems to be knowledgeable and they have proved that by porting their emulator to be ran on Apple Silicon chips. That indeed adds some credibility to their work, so the Android port doesn't really seem impossible, and I do believe that Ryujinx is one of the best Switch emulators, if not the best at the moment, and they may very well have some plans for the Android release as their current rival Team Yuzu have already done so. I am pretty sure that someday we will be getting Ryujinx Android port, and hence I made this video talking about its current situations. In my opinion, the Android port may very well be in works for now as well, but we don't really know if it's kept a secret from the general audience or maybe worked upon in the near future if the developers decide to do so. Just remember guys, when the Yuzu emulator was being developed for Android, we didn't really know anything about that project. We didn't even have a slightest idea that Yuzu might be coming for Android devices. The same cannot be said for all the emulator developers, but I hope that Ryujinx emulators developers decide to port their emulator for Android devices in future, and if they do release it, then it will be running just as amazingly as its PC build. The game compatibility and stability of Ryujinx is super impressive, and it coming to the Android platform may very well be a little profitable as well for the developers through early access versions of the app. I'm guessing its minimum requirements will be somewhat similar to Skyline or Yuzu emulators, for example Snapdragon 855 processor or above. Well, that's my guess, and in terms of will it be better than Yuzu Android, then I would have to say that it will be a strong competitor if it's ever released. Ryujinx has already made its dominance known through its great performance on PC. If I had to also take a guess on its possible release date, then I would have to say by next year we might have Ryujinx for Android. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this Android port. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.